Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into that feeling we all know so well, that mental burnout you get from just making too many choices. We're going to break down why it happens and, way more importantly, how you can actually optimize your brain to make clearer, faster, and just better decisions.
So, have you ever gotten to the end of the day and your brain just feels completely checked out? You know that point where even the smallest little choice, like what to eat for dinner, feels like this massive, impossible task? If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. That feeling? Well, that's a classic sign that your brain is on overload. It's this sort of hidden drain on your daily energy that just kind of sneaks up on you, and it usually pops up in the most ordinary, everyday moments. Okay, picture this. You're hungry, you open the fridge, it's full of food, and you just stand there, staring. Your brain is completely frozen up, and you literally cannot figure out what to eat. It is so frustrating, right? But it's also a super common moment of paralysis. Or what about this one? It's finally time to unwind. You fire up your favorite streaming service, and you're hit with this endless wall of shows and movies. And you spend the next, 30 minutes just scrolling and scrolling, and you end up just giving up and watching nothing at all. Yeah, that paralysis isn't just you being picky. Something else is going on.
So, what is really happening here? It's so easy to write this off as just, being tired or maybe just procrastinating, but it's a very specific thing, and that thing has a name. It's called decision fatigue. And it's so important to get this. This isn't a character flaw, it's a biological fact. Seriously. Think about your mental energy like a phone battery. Every single choice you make, big or small, it uses up a little bit of that charge. And when that battery gets low, your ability to make good, clear decisions just shuts down.
And in our world today, with the constant pings, endless options for everything, nonstop information, this has become like a silent epidemic. We are making more decisions in a single day than our ancestors might have made in an entire month. And that is absolutely taking a toll on us.
Now, okay, this is where it gets really, really fascinating. What if I told you that the method most of us were taught to use to make decisions is actually a huge part of the problem? That the way you're trying to choose is actually making you less effective, not more?
We've all heard it, right? Carefully weigh your options. Make those pro-con lists for every little thing. But what if that whole process, that endless analysis, is the biggest energy drain of them all? It's a trap, and it's what keeps us feeling stuck.
So you can really see the two paths you can take here. The old way, the trap, it just leads to that analysis paralysis we all hate, and it just drains your mental battery. But the new way, the hack we're talking about, is all about getting to this state of decisive clarity, which actually empowers you to take action. And that is the shift we are aiming for. So let's get to the good stuff. How do we actually do this? How can we hack our own brains to get more of that clarity and get our focus back? The key here is to understand a few secrets about how your brain works that are, they're pretty counterintuitive. These aren't just little tips. They are big shifts in how you approach things that can totally change the game and free you from all that mental exhaustion. Okay, so here's the blueprint. First, cut the clutter. This means you have to radically limit your options. So instead of choosing from 30 shirts in your closet, you pick from 3 pre-selected outfits. Simple. Second, reclaim focus. Make your most important decisions in the morning when your mental battery is fully charged. Third, choose smarter by asking a better question. Not what's the absolute perfect choice, but what's a good enough choice that lets me move on? And that brings us to the last step, making choices that actually serve you and energize you, because you haven't wasted all your mental juice just getting there. So what does life actually look like on the other side of this? What are the real, tangible benefits of mastering this skill of decisive clarity? Well, we're talking about a complete transformation from being stuck in the mud to being in the driver's seat. Just imagine it, being totally free from that mental gridlock. You can look at a situation, make a confident choice, and just move forward. No more second guessing, no more of that exhaustion that used to drag you down. And this is the ultimate goal, right? When you free up all that mental energy that was being wasted on tiny little decisions and analysis paralysis, you literally transform your brain. It becomes a true decision-making powerhouse, ready to tackle the choices that actually matter, with focus, with energy, and with total clarity. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Now that you know all this, what is the very first choice, big or small, that you're going to make with decisive clarity?
really think about it. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.
If this video made you feel better, please consider subscribing.